Hi friends, this is Selvajang here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good and safe. And today let us discuss about link state and the distance vector routing protocol. Also, let us understand the difference between the link state and the distance vector routing protocol. So, what is the link state routing protocol? Each and every router will advertise its state of link to the neighboring router in the form of link state advertisement. So, what is the link state is nothing but a state of link, whether the link is up and down, or whether all the connected information it will advertise to the neighboring router in the form of a link state advertisement. So that is the reason we call it as a link state routing protocol. And the advantage is it knows more information about the inter-network than the distance vector routing protocol. And another advantage is it sends only the triggered update. So whenever any change is made, if I'm adding or removing any network, only the updated information will be advertised to the neighboring router. So that is the reason we call this as a triggered update. So send only the triggered updates. And the very good example is OSPF. We also call it as the shortest path first protocol, shortest path first protocol. So which I'm going to explain in the later session. So and also it builds three tables. One is a topology table, so which gives information about the entire inter-network, and the second one is neighbor table, which gives information about the neighboring router. So each and every router will give information about the neighboring information. And the third thing is always the best path will be pushed into the routing table. So routing table contains the best routing information. So these are the things, key points you have to remember about the link state routing protocol. And let us now move on to the next routing protocol, what we called as a distance vector routing protocol. So the each and every time the packet passes through the router, we call it as a hop. So it always identifies the path to the remote network by judging the distance. So that is the reason we call it as a distance. So distance is nothing but the number of hops from the first to the second router, and the vector is nothing but indicates the direction to the remote network. So that is the reason we called this as a distance vector routing protocol. So in this scenario, I have connected several routers, right? From this router to this router, there is only a single hop, right? But if this is taking this path, you can see there is three hops, three number of hops, right? So always it will install the best path with the least number of hops. So this is having one hop. So always it will install the less number of hops into the best path into the routing table. So that is the thing of distance vector routing protocol. So it always, very good example is RIP. So RIP uses hop count as a metric. So in this case, it will install this as a best path because it is having only the less number of hops. That is one hop away from this router, right? So this will be installed as a best path into the routing table, and it uses a mechanism called routing by rumor, right? So what is routing by rumor? So whenever each and every router receives information about the neighboring router, it passes a complete entire routing information to the neighboring router. And when this router receives information, it will again pass the complete routing table. So each and every time any changes is made, it will pass the complete entire inter-network information to the neighboring network. So after a certain point of time, what happened? We call this as a converged network because each and every router will have the complete information about the entire inter-network. But only the disadvantage about the distance vector routing protocol, each and every time any change is made, it will pass the complete routing table to the neighboring router, which is not the case like link state, right? So link state, it will only send only the triggered updates, but the distance vector routing protocol, each and every time it will pass the complete entire routing table to the neighboring routers. So in that way, it will consume more CPU and memory. That is the only disadvantage about the distance vector routing protocol. So the link state routing protocol, there are several advantages, right? So the first thing, it knows more information about the inter-network, and the second thing, it will only pass the triggered update, right? Only the updated information it will pass to the neighboring router. And third advantage is it builds three table. One is the neighbor table, topology table, and the routing table. So these are the differences you have to understand between the distance vector and the link state routing protocol. And each and every time a packet passes through the router, we call this as a hop. So path to the remote network is judged by the distance. That is what we call as a distance vector routing protocol. So always the least number of hops will be installed as a best route in the routing table. And the example is RIP and IGRP. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe me for more videos. Thank you and have a wonderful day.